Hello everyone and welcome to this video. We are talking about my favorite updates from 2024. Hard to believe that this year has gone by so fast, but we are going to talk about my favorite updates and some of the hopes that I have for 2025. Now, I will say this, originally speaking, I was going to make this video a lot more fancy, but unfortunately I ended up getting sick like halfway through getting all these videos like set up. So unfortunately, it has to be kind of done this way. Um, Next year it'll probably be done a whole lot different and a whole lot more fancy. Um, it's just this time it's not going to be as fancy as I intended it to be. But we're going to make the best of it. So let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so as far as horse breed goes, we had, I believe, 5 releases this year. We had the ADR Draft horses, we had the Cecil Frances, we had the American Saddlebred, the Frisian, and the Norriker. So, obviously, it's like 3 draft breeds in 1 year, and then 1 technically Western, more showy breeds, and then we had a warm blood. If you guys know me, I love my draft horses. So you probably already know where this is going to go, but obviously my top 3 favorites, I'll obviously reveal like 4 and 5 afterwards as well, but here are at least my favorites. Alright guys, so here are my top 3 favorites. Of course, it's draft breeds, but if you guys know me long enough, you know draft breeds are like my top tier favorite. So the Ardranus definitely gets first spot. The Frisian takes the second spot, and the Norriker takes the third. I wasn't expecting the Frisian to take the second spot, but with all the animations it comes with, it was kind of no-brainer to make them the second and put the Norriker third. I mean, they're all incredible, and this was very hard for me to do. But the Ardranus breed is the breed I've been wanting for so long. And they turned out just so amazing. A perfect chunky horse. Such cute animations, I can't say no to it. And plus, that's how I got Gunpowder, which is a horse I've been wanting for forever, which is the Blue Roan. If you've watched Tim Burton's Sleepy Hollow, you'll know who I'm talking about. It's Ichabod's crane horse. His horse is a Blue Roan draft, and it looks very similar to the Ardranus horse we have in game. So that was a no-brainer for me to make him my Gunpowder. So I'm very happy. I have like the Headless Horseman horse, which is Namian, and then I have Ichabod Crane's Blue Roan Gunpowder. So it's just perfect for me, and they're just perfect horses. The Frisians turned out incredible, as did the Norrikers. The only reason Norrikers got bumped down to 3 is because they don't really have like a special movement, but they're stunning. They're all stunning. I mean, 3 draft breeds in 1 year. How could I not argue with that being great odds? Alright, so here is kind of like my ranking of horses for the year. Obviously, Ardranus first, Frisian second, Norriker third. The 4th one being the American Saddlebred, obviously because they're a more Western. The way that they did the American Saddlebred, they pushed it more toward Western, which I was very into, and they have such gorgeous colors. It's really not a hard no-brainer for me to put this breed in 4th position. And then obviously you guys know I'm not really big on warm bloods, so this one kinda, the Cecil Frances, even though I really like this warm bloods, out of all the current Gen 3 warm bloods we have right now, I think the Cecil Frances is like top tier in terms of warm blood breeds. But they obviously ended up coming in last just because I'm not big on warm bloods, but I do love this color so much. Not even gonna lie to you. Okay, so with that out of the way, we are going to get into best color variations. So these are horses that were released not with the main set of horses. Like the Cecil Frances has like, I believe, like this is just an example, but we normally get like 7 colors. These are variations that come after the releases. So these are my top 3. I'm only picking 3 of them, which is very hard to do. Um, but I am just picking 3 for now for you guys. And some of my favorites. They're not really in any certain order. These are just the top 3 that I think are my favorites. Alright, you guys. So these are some of my favorite variations of this year. We have, of course, the incredible Dapple Gray Brindle Tabano, which is the one that was released like last week of Halloween, inspired by like Halloween design. I mean, how could I not put him up first? Look how incredible he looks. He looks amazing. And then what I have for second is the Red Dun Sabino Overo. I don't know the exact terms for it, but he's incredible as well. And then for third, you guys knew I was going to pick a draft, was the Black Andreas Draft. He is such a cool looking horse. Absolutely love how he looks. I was always hoping that we would get a full black one, and wasn't sure if we were going to get that one, but obviously we did, and I absolutely adore him. So these are at least my top 3. Obviously, there's so many other incredible coat colors, but I had to pick 3, so these are my 3. Alright, you guys, so next we have the best magic horses of the year. And I do have, well, we get 4 sets each year, pretty much. 4 sets of magic horses. And I don't think you guys are going to be able to guess, or maybe you can guess, my top magic horses. Obviously, I'll reveal them all in order afterwards. But I don't think you're going to be able to guess this one. Especially if you've known me for years. Alright, you guys, so this is my top favorite, hands down, my favorite magic horses of the year, which are our deer-themed winter magic horses. Normally, for me, it's Halloween, but I have to say this year, these guys definitely win top spot. I've always wanted to see Star Stable revisit the whole deer concept on a more natural magic horse, and these, I think, honestly, Star Stable killed it with these 2. I absolutely love them both. Love Eric, love Hortensia. They all just turned out so lovely. But I'm going to now show you guys the whole lineup of magic horses that I think are top tier this year. Alright, guys, so here is my lineup for the best magic horses of the year. We obviously have Eric and Hortensia in first place. We have Bolt and Calliope in second. Bronte and Serenus in third. And Phoebe and Tyan in fourth. Obviously, these 2 are second because I love the whole dark core theme. And I mean, with those robotic noises Bolt makes, you can't deny he's awesome. Love Bronte. Serenus, I like her as well, but I am a bit more of a fan of this one. And then these 2 I had to put in last, just because if I had to pick over these guys, I would pick these guys over these 2. I love unicorns, but this one is obviously a darker version of the Sylvan unicorn, and this one kind of reminds me of like Song Sorrow. So that's kind of why they're pushed back. But I obviously love all these guys individually in their own way. But these guys are just how I'm putting my lineup this year. Okay, you guys, so that pretty much ends it for the best horses category. So now we really move into the best life-changing updates. So we are going to go ahead and explore those real quick. Alright, you guys, so if I had to pick one of my top life-changing updates, would actually be the Path of Terra and all the paths that come with it. There's so much way to like farm light, which gives you, if you guys know this by now, gives you tons of coins if you have collect enough. It's definitely a good way to like farm Jorvik shillings. It's actually one of my favorite ways to farm Jorvik shillings, and it's the whole point. My stable is actually in Valedale right now. Normally I would be in like Golden Hills or like Starshine Ranch. But I've moved to Valedale pretty much permanently just for this alone to be able to do all this. So this is probably it's absolutely one of the reasons it's like top life-changing updates for me. At least for me. So my next life-changing update would be my home, my stable customizations. There's just so many options to go with. I mean, you really can't go wrong with anything. Um, but obviously there's going to be more themes added. But right now, I really love the rustic theme, the gothic theme as well. Uh, Obviously, once Christmas is over, I'm going to be making a video of having my stable designed pretty much fully for like the rest of the year. Unless we get more themes, which I know we're getting more themes, but um, this is just pretty much a basic of the excitement of different themes and everything that comes with it. Uh, Obviously, a life-changing sort of thing. Definitely shouldn't be left out. Alright, so third thing to mention, and a final thing, well, sort of the final, I have one more thing to mention, is the wardrobe update. This has been such a long awaited update, and this is kind of the reason why I've always had to like use repeat items. It's because I really didn't have a lot of room to begin with, but now I have so much room, so as I start collecting more things, more outfits are going to come out. Now that I have room to store more stuff and keep more stuff together, so it's all very good things. Alright, so the fourth thing I really can't show because it's not going on right now, but the fourth thing I would like to add that's kind of life-changing is more bazaars. Now hear me out. I know that no one can like constantly pay for horses, and you're not really supposed to. Just because they have a bazaar out for like a week doesn't mean, oh, I should be spending star coins. That's all about self-control, and that's a whole another subject. Another time and place for that. But I think having more bazaars and having horses that have come out in previous years as like discounts is such a big deal. It's kind of why I only buy my favorites, and then I just wait until like my secondary favorites or like the last ones I need to get because I do collect these horses. I just wait for discounts to come out and then make my decision from there. But yeah, I mean, I think more bazaars are definitely life-changing in terms of being able to enjoy horses and all that fun stuff. Alright, you guys, so my best race of the year. I am going to have to give it to the Jackalope race, which is kind of a weird one, but I love cryptids, and I love that Star Stable has kind of brought that into Jorvik, especially with the cryptid quest we had this year for Halloween, and then getting this permanent race in Jorvik to play as often as we want. I love the fact that they are introducing cryptids to the game, and I hope in 2025 we get more of that, because it's just such a cool concept, and I like to see Star Stable's take on it, so hopefully we get more of that in 2025, because I love cryptids. I live in a state where we have our own cryptid, the Jersey Devil, the New Jersey Devil, so, you know, it's such a cool thing, and it's something that I love that's near and dear to my heart is all sorts of cryptids, so the fact that they brought this into the world of Jorvik is so much fun, and I absolutely love this race, so that's why it's my favorite race of 2024. Alright, you guys, now we're talking about my personal favorite updates of the year. So, I honestly have to give it first place spot is obviously to the medieval area, the jousting, and of course, baby dragons. How could you not love this? And how this could not be a top update for most. But for me, it's a top update. I absolutely love this area, and I did hear a spoiler that we will be getting more houses in the future, so that's going to be so exciting that this area will continue. It just won't be an area that's put on pause. We'll get more houses. Hopefully we'll get more quests and more storylines. I would love to see in the future as the map expands, once everything has been updated and upgraded, where certain houses would be. I know it's kind of technically fantasy, but wouldn't that be cool to like know in the past where each house would have been? Like with the yellow wolves, the unicorns, the blue oaks. It would be so cool. I think so. But you guys can let me know what you guys think. But I think the medieval update and the little dragons are definitely a top tier update for this year. Alright, so my second favorite update was definitely my stable customizations. There's just so much room for potential. It's just crazy to not put it up there as like a top favorite. But I am so excited to see what Star Stable continues to do with this. And I think it's going to be really fun. And I think it sets the ball rolling for us to be able to customize our own horses further in the future. So this is very exciting to see. And I'm excited. I hope you guys are excited too. I'm so excited to see what other themes come out. So it should be fun. My third favorite update is the arrival of the ADR Draft, which is like one of the first updates of the year. I absolutely love these horses. These guys have definitely become an absolute favorite draft of mine, especially because now I have my gunpowder horse. Like I said, if you guys watch Sleepy Hollow, Tim Burton's version, this horse looks exactly like the gunpowder in the show. So I have my own personal gunpowder. I have Namian, who is Skeletor Thompson's horse, and now I have Ichabod Crane's horse gunpowder from the Tim Burton version. So I couldn't be more happier with this guy. I absolutely love him. I love all the ADR drafts. I hope we get more variations in 2025 because they are just such a cool draft horse to have. And hopefully more magic versions. Star Stable, I'm looking at you guys to make a Halloween version of the ADR draft. I'm waiting. Or at least like a Halloween coat variation. Like you did for the whole last week of Halloween releases. But I would just love to see one of these guys get either a magic variation that's Halloween or a variation of like a Halloween design, kind of like Star Stable did this year. Alright, and we are going to end this off with the worst update of the year. I think Star Stable's greatest blunder this year was the removal of the Cloud Kingdom. Now, had they gone and said this back in 2023 that this was going to be the last year of the Cloud Kingdom and they were going to remove it, and I think it would have been a little bit better received. But this year's Summerfest just really had no substance to it, aside from the disco, which was okay. I'm not big on the disco. Normally the lights hurt my eyes, so I try not to go there if I can help it. But it's one of those things that could have been done better, and it just wasn't. It was kind of a fail, so I have to put that as the worst update of 2024. Alright, you guys, that is pretty much it for this video about the updates of 2024. I'm so excited to see what 2025 has in store. Some of my hopes that I am going to leave you with for this year are to see a Black Forest draft, even though they said in the files that it's going to happen, but I take those with a grain of salt because things can change. But I would love to see a Black Forest draft or any draft breed. Even though we had 3 this year, you guys know I love my draft breeds. Definitely more Western gear. I'd love to see some more Western gear in the year. Potential for more houses for the medieval area, which we did get. There is a spoiler floating around that we are going to, so that's exciting. If there's like an upgrade or expansion I want to see, it's either for Golden Hills Valley and or Dinosaur Valley. I think those both deserve upgrades and expansions and to be looked even more crisp and beautiful than they already are. My other hope is to see Magic Horse draft variations, be it the Frisian, the Riker, the Andreas. I would love to see more draft horses get into the Magic Horse category, because I think they're all deserving of it. I would love to see an upgraded camera or even a recorder option. I think that would be awesome. And then the last thing I would like to see is more expanded places for gardening and potential to grow more than just flowers, like different foods for our horses. I know we can farm flax and make flax into hay, which is great, but I think we should be able to farm like carrots, apples, fruits. I think that would be really cool. Hopefully someday in the future we can get that and have more expanded areas. especially like different areas you can grow different things. I think that would be awesome. So hopefully we can get something like that. But that's pretty much it for me, you guys. So I can't wait to see what 2025 brings. Those are my few of my hopes for 2025. Let me know what you guys want to see in 2025. What are your hopes for the new year? And that's pretty much it for me, you guys. So as always, remember to keep positive. Happy trails, everyone. I will see you in the next video. Bye!